What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dropcast Episode 6. I'm your host, Claudio, and I'm here with the one, the only, the wait for it, legendary Chapter Master Lorand. I really screwed that up again. I gotta memorize this line. Dude, what's up?
How's it going? Pretty good. Yourself?
Oh man, I can't remember how to present your name properly. Sometimes I get it. Usually I don't, because I try to incorporate as much dumb things in your title as possible.
I'm a simple man. I don't need no titles. If
you don't want to be a legend, wait for it. Dairy Chapter Master.
Dairy Chapter Master.
Legendary Chapter Master. Yeah.
Legendary Chapter Master. Well,
yeah, man.
Am I really that good?
Dude, you are. I mean, like, that's why we're doing this. That's why I've known you for 20 years. Yeah, almost 20 years. We're getting there. Can you believe that? Oh, 2024 will be 20 years.
Old and busted, as I said right before we started recording. Old and busted.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's you and me both, but you're a little older. So anyway,
stab and twist. Yeah.
So, dude, you want to get to it? We have a couple topics. We're going to try to aim for this podcast to be an hour.
Every single time, yeah.
Every single time. But we started at exactly 11:35. So at 12:35, we're cutting it. Probably not, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll see. I should have started off.
All right, cool, man. Well, as always, dude, what did you do before the drop?
Actually, it was a pretty hectic day at work, so nothing too crazy. Did a little bit of painting. I was more not really painting toward I think I was telling you about it, not painting toward my full army. I was taking some of the old firstborn characters I had lying around like for 20 years. And I've been messing around with that. So it's kind of like an old model from back in I want to say before 2000, like before the 2004s. I don't remember. I know that Games Workshop, the one I worked at, was still in the mall downtown at Eaton Center in Toronto. So that's where I got it. Anyways, this special like command box. So I came with like all these different commanders. But one of the commanders I built, right. That's where that model is. So I'll show it. I'll send it to you right after this, guys. That one's actually I can share with it really quickly because it's almost done. So I did that. Again,
I remember that box.
Yeah.
Wow. I had just a bunch of commanders in it, and sergeants. And stuff.
I think it was 5 or 4 metal.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like captain-esque looking models, right? Mm-hmm. They were like looking models you put as a captain or lieutenant HQs. Or whatever. Nowadays would be lieutenant. Yeah, it'd be HQs. And I think they were all supposed to be kind of like the fleet master, the master of arms, stuff like that. So you've
been painting the one LT guy or the one model?
Yeah, I picked him up and it was a converted model, so I picked him up, painted him. Yeah. I painted and that's more of a side thing. Again, I was looking at some Infinity I want to do, but that's another game, and it's kind of more just relaxing rather than getting more into just painting just for the army, especially since that, again, we always repeat this, we can't really play right now.
I know. It's the worst time to be into this hobby, like right? Worst and best time. It's hit and miss, right? Like the shift between like playing went down, but the shift in painting and modeling went drastically up. Before it was like we just kind of did a little bit of A, a little bit of B, didn't get anything done. Still not really getting anything done.
I was gonna say I get nothing done. I always have an excuse, but I did that. Well, I guess I'm still doing Shadow War. I guess I'll make sure
Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Middle Earth Shadow of War, the second game of the sequel to
Shadow of Mordor.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so I did that. I didn't lose my save game, so far so good for that. And the last thing, I don't know, you were usually talking about this show called Vikings. Well, I started watching. Someone recommended to me. It's more like a documentary miniseries called Age of the Samurai, the war or the battle for Japan. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I have one episode left. It was kind of cool because it's that whole era of time that we're basically trying to get unified under one final central government. So it's kind of interesting. It's very, I think when I was telling you about it, I'm like, I don't know how accurate it is. It's very like surface. They don't really get into deep details, very like important things that happened. Usually I even want to say like they focus on things that where a lot of legends came from, like for example is it Iga Iga clan, which is pretty much all the ninja kind of legends come from. They're all about stealth and guerrilla warfare, and the commoner would fight side by side with an actual warrior, stuff like that. So they focus on those interesting points. But yeah, I recommend it too if you're into that kind of history.
I put it on my wish list already, or not my wish list, the watch list.
Watch list, yeah, sweet. I mean, it's an easy watch. I have it in the background usually when I'm when I'm working. I just look up when something interesting's happening.
Oh, that's definitely not a show I have to watch that show. Samurai,
then you'll like it. Yeah,
I have to watch it from start to finish.
They do. Like I said, it's good productions. It's nice. It's fun. It's fun. Someone asked me what I would compare it to. I would say think of it like one of those fun, like, remember back in the day, history. I think it's still around. History Channel kind of miniseries. It's kind of like that, right?
How
about yourself?
I told you I've been wanting to go to Japan just to see, like, I just want to go to Japan and see the ancient ruins and like the temples and the samurai and like get into that, just experience like the gardens and the beautifulness of, like, I mean, we see this in cinema, how beautiful samurai temples look. I want to see that, if that even exists or whatever, I want to see a wall of weapons and like samurai outfits, like in a dojo, in a temple or something,
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I think dojos still exist. I don't know. I'm sure there's experts out there that can tell us or people that have traveled there or live there.
Yeah,
but yeah, make it happen, man. Hopefully after the pandemic, when things open up, you can do it,
dude. It's gonna happen because Nintendo Super Nintendo World just opened up in Japan. You know about that, right? Super Mario World. Sorry, is it? No, it's Super Nintendo World. Yeah, the theme park.
Oh yeah.
There's one coming to California as well, but I'm going to Japan. I'm not going to California. I'm going to
the originator, right?
Dude, yeah. It looks beautiful. It looks insanely cool. It's like Star Wars land, but Nintendo. And the food looks sick. Anyway, I can't wait to go.
Themed, I guess.
Dude, you're coming with me. We're going to Japan. To ancient Japan. Is that all you did for before, like, recently? That's all you did?
Like I said, man, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And lots of list crafting, which you and I, nothing we talk about, but yeah, a lot of just theory hammer, as they were, right?
Theory hammer, math hammer, theory hammer. Yeah, we always do that. We do more theory and math hammer than actual war hammer. What did I do before the drop? It was kind of like a busy 2 weeks. Lots of things just like happened more recently. But let's get into it. I finished Vikings. Speaking of Vikings.
Yeah.
We finally finished it. Started watching The Last Kingdom, and it's hard to compare. First off, I didn't like the way Vikings like really ended. I enjoyed it. There was one main character that returned, and I was so happy. He was like the saving grace of the show for us. But like it died. The love for it kind of died earlier on in the last season. Second last season.
But it's like, what do you, these war sort of historicals always go like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, where do you go with them? So
it was cool. Interesting the way it ended. I like the way it ended. It wasn't no Game of Thrones ending, like crappy ending. It was definitely way better. But they did
something just show up and it killed everybody and just said like the end. No, nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. But it did move quite quick. Like I was saying, like the show kind of picked up the pace regarding traveling, like just like time spans meant really nothing in the show anymore, and like they would just get to next scene. So anyway, Vikings is over. Last Kingdom, it's okay. We're still on the fence about it because we just finished Vikings, so we're comparing the two shows, and you can't just compare. It's hard to compare, even though they both have to do with Vikings. It's hard to compare them. Because I loved Ragnar in Vikings, and then Uhtred in Last Kingdom. He's cool, but he's not Ragnar cool, and Ragnar has a sick name. I love that name, obviously. So I don't know. It's hard to compare. We're still watching. We're on like episode 7 or 8, and we're still like, we're invested, but we're invested hoping that the show just gets better. And I think now it's starting to pick up. But that's that. What else here? I shot another unboxing for a toy, Katana nice, toy review. You can check that out on the channel right now. Love that toy. She's actually sitting right here. Katana. XCOM, We're the Chosen. Dude, I started playing XCOM.
Yep.
I started playing it on Switch because like You know what? Like I installed Total War, I installed a bunch of games on my computer, and then I installed XCOM on the Switch. I'm like, I just want a passive game where I can just pick up and go. But like again, I have a massive video game addiction. I start something, I have to play it all the way and see it to the end. So I started playing on the Switch. I just killed the first chosen. So I'm going quite fast in this. It's on not the hardest difficulty, commander. It's not on legendary, but it's on commander. So it's still on the hard mode. But I'm going quite quick. Like I'm doing the story missions more. I'm not just kind of dragging it out. I'm kind of going as fast as I can.
You have a how to put this, a journey. You know what? You're not taking detours as much.
Yeah. And I did a lot more research into what kind of facilities you have to build in the Avengers, so I know what to build like right off the bat. And I just found out I just realized a new method of building the facilities, and I'm gonna now play it on the PC. So speaking of which, I'm gonna make shoot another season 2 XCOM campaign on the YouTube channel. Yeah, you can watch that, but I'm gonna be doing another one coming up very soon. I installed all the mods, 150 mods from the Steam Workshop. 150 mods, crazy, but it's gonna be awesome. Lots of new characters, I haven't even given a shot yet. So I installed everything. I made sure they all work. Now I have to actually play test a bunch of missions to see like what these new classes are, the new abilities, and all the enemies are. Yeah, I got to play for like maybe 10 hours to see if I actually like the mods.
Wow, okay. That's quite some prep.
Yeah, it's a lot of prep, man, because like sometimes, like again, I have 150 mods, and sometimes enemies, like if you keep adding more and more and more new enemies and not enough things to buff your own team, you're just giving yourself a huge disadvantage. Like
so you're almost self-balancing the game.
You have to. You kind of have to. So like right now, for example, one of the mods is bigger pods, right? So instead of like pods of 3 troops, now I'm going to get pods of 4, maybe 5. But with that, I'm starting the game with 2 extra health. So just to kind of balance that, there's another one called Not Created Equal. That's the mod name, Not Created Equal. And everyone's stats are that at the beginning of the game are randomly generated. So some guys have higher health, higher aim, lower health, lower aim. So it all fluctuates.
Glass cannons and
yeah, exactly. So new XCOM campaign coming up, setting that up. Probably won't be shooting anything for like another, I don't know, week or so. So that's coming up. And I modeled a little bit more of my Space Marine, Spacewolf, McFarlane Toys action figure, just a little bit. I finished off his necklace, which I'll show you guys. His wolf tooth necklace looks pretty sick. I actually haven't even shown you yet. But I made all the runes. I sculpted the runes, the teeth. It looks sick. And I wrapped it around the model. And it looks weird, but once he is more complete with more fur and stuff,
and painted,
it'll look fine. Speaking of fur, I did a lot more fur on him. I gave him some hair, longer hair now. But you know what? I made it too stylized. I almost made it look like my hair when I style my hair. So I think I might have to redo some of it, but it looks okay. I'll show you guys. What else? I finished up a Spacewolf Army you and I have been talking about. Remaking
so you actually settled on that list. Okay.
So like the problem with me was I have an impulse buying problem. So I have a lot of models, and a lot of those models I don't need or probably won't ever use for wolves. Let's face it. Like again, suppressors I was telling you about, I probably won't use them unless I go like an all, I don't know, heavy dreadnought army or something, like it's not that I wouldn't include them in my main list, but they were sitting on my shelf as if I was going to use them. So instead what I did was, what I did before we made a new list is I packed everything away that I knew I didn't want to use. So suppressors, they're packed. Inceptors, as much as I love them, they're packed. I kept out all the things I 100% do want to use and didn't fit in my carrying cases, just so that like I have something to look at And that's exactly what I need to do. No more like, oh, I have this unit here, but then I have a unit right beside it. Oh, I feel unmotivated because I have so much to paint. But now the amount got so reduced that now I feel a little bit more satisfied on, oh, okay, I can actually get to this and paint all
well,
this
it's
in reasonable time.
and you have an actual goal that can see the goal, right? Rather than
That's the problem.
a new dreadnought, a new dreadnought, a new dreadnought, a new this, right? Especially now GW, the way GW's releasing things, right? Like I don't think, has there been 6 months where if you're a Space Marine player, you weren't like, man, that's a cool new unit, right? There's always something enticing you, or right now it's heavy intercessors, so it's interesting.
Which good for me. I know I'm not going to get any heavies, not for the wolves. I'm not getting any heavies, so I could skip that. But flayed ones, which we'll talk about soon, I'll probably get some flayed ones for Necrons. But so Lorand, you and I made a Space Wolf list the other day. I mean, I like it. I like how it looks. I like how aggressive it is. Lots of Thunder Wolves. I love it. And that's what I have out right now. Last night, I finished modeling everything during your stream while I was watching. And I was modeling all my lightning claws on my Thunderwolf cav. And I physically finished it all. Now I got to green stuff some fur on some guys, make them look a little bit more wolfy, and like just give them more pizzazz.
Oh, that's the difference. See, I guess I never thought of that too. For you, it's harder to fix things later on because of all the sculpting.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you, man. Even I honestly, I would kind of said when you made that list with you, right? I always said you don't even have to do it, right? Like you can play a couple games without committing to it. But that being said, then you're delaying again the modeling, the painting, So,
and I think that what we came up with, like that unit of Thunderwolves with lightning claws and shields, I like the idea that we talked about. I like what they can do. I like what they are meant to do. I like what they are meant to do. And so I think I'm always going to stick to them. I love the idea of Canis Wolfborn, the guy with the HQ, the wolf, one of the wolf lords that has dual lightning claws. I've always loved that model. I've always loved lightning claws on a guy on a Thunderwolf. I think it looks sick. And now that I actually have it, I'm actually very happy. So it's the rule of cool for me. And it's the rule of it, I think it works as well. So we'll see.
Lightning claws, I think, are insanely powerful now. Like I think they're Oh no, I think in almost everything now they're really good. So I think, except when we were talking about it, I said, you know what, that's probably the best way, because I mean at that point your army your wolves can be your super jack of all trades, kind of just high strength, high damage, high chance of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the equivalent I used to have where it was a bunch of Thunderhammers running around, but I think the mix might be more effective now, right? So
yeah, I still have a couple Thunderhammers in there, but I opted for the cheaper things, more attacks. We'll see. It looks cool. I sent you a photo, a crappy photo, but I'll send another photo of. They're all gray. Most of it's gray. Maybe 20% of it is actually painted, if that. But yeah, I finished that wolf list, so I'm pretty happy. So now I just got to start tackling it all. It sucked because like I finished painting a unit with intercessors with auto bolt rifles, and then in the list I just made, one of them has an Astartes chainsword. The sergeant has a chainsword, so I had to rip off the arm. He's like pointing. I'm like, I don't want to rip it off, but he needs a chainsword.
Oh, dude, don't. You shouldn't have. I just say that he has one.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did. You know why? Because like I had so many of the assault intercessor chain swords where like I love that arm where he's just throwing the chain sword out in front of him. I love that arm. So I was happy with the replacement. Not happy that because I finished painting that model and I had to rip off the arm because it was the only intercessor I had with that one gun. But so what else? New background. Set it all up so it looks a little bit different than the last time. I kind of went for quality over quantity, so I minimized the amount of junk, even though it looks like I have a ton of junk over here, but minimized the amount and made like the top all Ninja Turtles, like a nice Ninja Turtles scene with the turtle lair and the Technodrome and the garage over here. So finished that up. Wasn't really happy with how it was before, so fixed it up. Looks cool. More Ninja Turtle theme. And you'll start seeing this from now on. And then I'll replace parts here and there. I might replace Baby Yoda and move him somewhere. He's very distracting. It looks like he's on my shoulder, so it's kind of why I put him
he does
right there.
actually.
Yeah, he's just sitting on my shoulder, just staring at the viewer. And then last update for me was yesterday. My old friend of mine, Eric, didn't tell you about this because it's all fresh. My buddy Eric from way back home contacted me and asked, and he said that one of his friends is selling a 1-up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade cabinet. So the 1-up arcade cabinet is
I know where this is going.
It's a cabinet that they made, where the company 1-up made these cabinets a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago. Made these cabinets where you can play 4 players, the arcade games, Turtles in Time, and there might be another one on there or something. But it's a full cabinet. His buddy was selling it, and I bought it.
Okay.
And I bought it. I bought it. I don't know how. Like I've seen it in person, so it looks big. But I don't think it's that big. We'll see. I don't think
I think it's. I think you probably look it up. They usually have like a percentage of what their actual thing is. It's 4. You said it was 4-player one.
Yeah, it's a 4. It has 4 keyboard, man. 4-player Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it's happening. So that is coming and sitting right here, right next to me, off camera. But now because right here I have this shelf full of board games and unboxed action figures. It's going to move somewhere. The arcade's going to go right there, so I could turn the camera more on an angle and have the arcade in the back too. So I have a larger set, a deeper set. So I have that coming. I bought that. It's actually coming today. My parents are dropping it off. They were coming up to see me anyway. So it all happened perfectly. You know, they went to drop it off at my parents yesterday. It's in the car. It's ready. It's on the way. Paid. Oh my God. It wasn't cheap, but
I know that wasn't 100%.
It wasn't cheap, but you know what? Like I've wanted it for a long time. Ever since it came out, like I haven't seen one of these I haven't seen it period in store at EB Games. I haven't seen it anywhere. So I know a couple people that have it.
Special order them.
I think so. I know a couple people, one person in particular, Sean, that has it. So I was so jelly, but now I have my own. So I can't wait to play on that with people and the kiddies, and by the kiddies I mean the kiddos when they come over. And you, whenever you come over, we're playing Ninja Turtles on the arcade. It's not like a game we haven't played on consoles a billion times. So
which one is it? Is it all the Turtles or just which one is it? Turtle Time?
It's Turtles in Time is 100% on there, and the arcade game, the original arcade game.
The number 2, right?
The number 2, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh no, number 1. Oh yeah, actually, technically number 2. Yeah.
It's yeah. And is it the actual legitimate arcade version too?
It's the arcade. I think it's the arcade version. It's not like a remastered version.
Okay, yeah. So it's actually okay. That's cool. No, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I there might be another game on there. I hope like Turtles Take Manhattan is on there. It's another beat 'em up side scroller that came out on NES.
It's the NES one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is on there, and that was Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So at least I'm pretty confident Turtles. I want to check, but no, I'll check after. I'm pretty sure it's on there. Anyway, I bought this 1-up machine, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be awesome. Sweet. It was a big ticket. So earlier, before the cast, we were talking about so the list, the Spacewolf list that we made, we included 2 ATVs, Invader ATVs, and I was telling you earlier, it was either I buy an ATV or this thing that I've wanted for a long time. And it was, I'm not comparing the price tag to the Invader ATV, but the ATV is $55-$60 I can save.
Yeah, so no, I was going to say, of course. It's a big chunk of change to put towards something else that you don't really need, right?
Yeah, it's just gonna sit and there. And when you actually
and you have an ATV, well, that one you could just have it and you enjoy it and play it once in a while, right?
Exactly. So cool. That's the thing I bought instead of the ATV. So that's my 2 weeks. That was my before the drop, man. It was crazy. It was a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened in the last freaking 48 hours, but whatever. Here we are, man. We got so we have a bunch of main topics to talk about. So do you want to get started on those?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think these are just we put together. Some of them things we mentioned. Some of them are just old boxes that came out that really we didn't really say anything because it wasn't a big deal, so we could just do them all at once. So yeah, start off with they released the new Kill Team thing, which I think we mentioned before, but they also released the price, which I don't think we talked about.
No.
Which is apparently what was
then.
it you have here? Yeah, we didn't know the price back then, but now they do. What is it? It says here your notes, $190.
$190. I think for Kill Team in Canada.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
That's insane. That's
for what we're getting.
Don't forget, not a starter set. Not a starter set. This is supposed to be a cheap skirmish game, right? Like at least that's how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen one positive review or one positive sort of reception of this, but I don't know what GW's doing. You know what? Sorry, this is my final thing because I didn't want to bring up this. This is why I actually kind of
your final thing. We just started talking about it.
Oh well, my final thing. Well, because I think I complained about it before about the weird stuff, but the one thing someone actually brought up, which I didn't realize, that book in there, right? It has all the updated rules for Necrons and Space Marines at minimum, right? Because they have the new Space Marine updates, and it's like, and apparently that book's not coming out by itself. So now, if you don't care about these heavy intercessors or the Necrons or the stupid terrain or the new board, and because someone actually also said that like most people play the normal Kill Team, like most tournaments or like at least the tournaments or the people I watched. So it's very interesting to see how they're like, yeah, they're hiding it behind this. It's not even like a cheap buy-in. Like it feels very expensive. But that being said, I don't know.
There's a big paywall to play the game.
Well, but it's not even the starter set. So that's the weird thing about it. It's not a starter set. Like if you buy that set, you don't actually have the rules to play, as far as I understand it. Even on the box, it says you have to buy the core rules, which is insane, right?
And then they announced core rules for this.
It's in a book. It's just called Kill Team, the core rules, the core rule set. It's just a regular. I think it's like a $40 book, which is the insane part, right?
It does say here. I'm looking at it. It says plus loads of new rules for the game. Oh, it doesn't say the rule book.
No, yeah, it's just new rules. Yeah, because they updated all the data sheets for Necrons and everything. I think they added some new stuff in there too. And I'm sure there's some missions.
Bananas.
There's clearly there's the rules for the because that's the thing they were saying is like Arena and some of the other sort of rule sets that came out. This adds onto it, right? Like this has more rules for the underground and like the Necron terrain.
Oh my god!
We'll see what happens.
I thought the rules were in this.
No rules. Like the rules are just for like you need the actual other rules for it to go forward. And again, this kind of weird. That was my whole takeaway. And then they announced that the 2 boxes will be coming out soon. So
right. So now we have a box for heavy intercessors and a box for flayed ones coming out. Those are the two. Two factions that were in the Kill Team box, and people were bitching about why can't we get heavy intercessors or flayed ones outside of Kill Team, and now we can. The question is, how much are they actually going to charge price tag wise for these boxes?
I don't even want to know.
Because you get 5 flayed ones in the flayed one box, and like I don't know, man. And 5 heavy intercessors. So if they're charging the same amount of money, and the heavy intercessors will easily destroy the Necrons.
And that's the whole thing. It's the points. You know what? Honestly, even model wise, let's not even look at the game wise. Even model wise, I don't really know the difference. Like. If the heavy intercessors come in at least with as much options as the regular intercessors did, that's going to be okay. That box I'll pay. I don't know. Again, I don't know how much you're going to pay for it, considering that 3 elite guys. So 3, for example, incursors or aggressors are what, $60 for 3. So I don't know.
You mean eradicators?
No, aggressors.
You said incursors.
Sorry, eradicators.
You always say incursors.
I don't know why.
The other day when we were making the wolf list, you were like, yeah, throw in some incursors. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the incursors. I'm like, their gun's okay. You're like, what do you mean? I meant eradicators.
Eradicators. Sorry, yeah, the Eradicators or the Blade Guard, I think, come at $60 for 3. So I don't know if this is going to be $70 or $80 for 5. Like I have no idea. Anyway,
don't say
that being said, it's also the points, right? 150 points for heavy intercessors, or what do we say, 65 when we did like the bare minimum?
75 for the Necrons points.
No, 65. It was 65. 1 sec.
Oh, that's right. You said 65 total,
Yes,
13
65.
points each. Yeah, 13 points each. Yeah.
Unless there's an update, because I only check my battle scribe. But anyway, anyways, it's just weird. The balance is weird.
It is a very weird balance. And if they're charging the same price tag for both of these boxes, like I'm very against that. I would rather just buy a box of 20 Necrons or whatever box amount whatever amount they come in, buy a box of Necrons and just convert flayed ones. It can't be that hard to convert flayed ones.
I don't know. If you can do it. I've seen some conversions back in the day, and they I don't know.
You don't get that weird lankiness to them. Yeah. But all you need are guys with claws on their hands and just green stuff, dumb skin.
Yeah,
it looks bad, but I mean, who's the one that's saving $300?
Okay, but that's the question, right? But that's the question I have for you at this point, right? Is that and it's always the question: if it's too expensive, why you like? I'm at that state where I'm asking myself, like, if it's so expensive, why are you into it almost, right? Because because honestly, man, like we're at an age where I look at these conversion ideas and I'm like, I could spend the extra $80 or whatever dollars, or I can spend all that time converting, which might not even come out so good.
Yeah.
And sometimes the conversions, if you actually start breaking down the material and stuff, it actually in the time, you realize, oh wait, like this is actually way more than the box. But you're right. I don't know. Like again, ingenuity, right? Like convert it if you can.
Well, it adds more character, right? I mean, dude, like yesterday when I was converting my Thunderwolf Cav, like I don't have lightning. I have a shit ton of Terminator lightning claws. I don't have troop or firstborn lightning claws anymore. I don't even know where the hell to get them anymore. So I ended up just converting the Terminator. It might look silly, but like I ripped off the big glove and slapped it on the elbow joint of the Marine, and it looks fine. Those, it looks okay.
Which I understand, but the thing I'm trying to say is that some people are really into the modeling part, right? Yeah. So just and to them that little insignificant difference is enough. Like I mean, you see other people they put together models that look like it's out of a box, like someone bought a kit, right? So yeah, I mean everybody to each their own, and that's the thing. If you can save yourself a couple bucks and then not get ripped off by GW, right?
Yo, man,
use your skills.
I put maybe 2-3 hours into my wolf or my captain in Gravis armor and saved $65 for 3 hours. not bad. And hell, it looks way better than the one that GW has, in my opinion. I love this one way more. It has a lot more character.
Because it's yours.
It's mine. And he just personal. You know what? Well, he looks badass, man. You guys saw him like last stream or 2 streams ago. But
yeah, I think last stream you showed it. Yeah,
I love that guy. But yeah, if you can convert your models, then do so. So I might. Yeah, I mean, dude, I haven't bought a box of like Warhammer Wolves or anything for ages. I haven't bought a box. Long Fangs I didn't end up building those Long Fangs. I ended up using the sprues that it comes with because I thought I was going to have Long Fangs. So I ended up using like the wolf bits for other stuff and converting. But like I have not so much anymore, so many bits of all the old stuff that like I'm able to kit bash whatever the hell I want. I'm starting to run out of pieces though. I gotta really focus on what I want and stop converting all this shit. But
no, it's all good, man.
Hopefully we can.
Like I tell you before, the amount of times I pick up
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. The amount of times I pick up a box. The amount of times I pick up a box and it's just and I realized all I needed from the box was like one arm, and like I have that too.
Yeah.
Because Vanguard.
Yeah, Vanguard vets.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because Vanguard vets is sorry. You're asking about where you can get lightning claws and stuff. Right now, Vanguard vets are probably the best to get weapons.
Shit, I didn't even think about them.
Yeah. And you know what? It was actually funny because you know how we go on those like bit sites. I mean, look, and like honestly, if you actually do the math, sometimes it's better just to go. If you just need a specific, like again, like we're not looking for a specific aesthetic. You just need the weapon to make it WYSIWYG. Yeah, like those kind of kits are better because the Vanguard Veterans, for example, has every single close combat weapon the Marines can get. Right, relic sword, power axe, lightning claws, tons of storm shields. I think it comes with 5. So that's the thing. It's one of those where, or you can do, and I think you get that box for $50 because of all those weapons, or you can spend. I mean, I mean, the bits will look cooler, but if you just want like a sword and to spend $25 to get a set of 5 swords to get that one specific sword, even that kind of idea, like that way you can save points by and money just to get that box. But sorry, I'm going on a tangent. The point I'm trying to make is like it's if you have to do the research to get those bits here and there, and then you could build something better out of it.
I'm gonna have to look into the Vanguard vet box. No, you know what? A big problem is like I'm running out of shoulder pads. Like I'm dying for more shoulder pads. So a Vanguard vet box will come with those shoulder pads. So hey, it might be a worthy investment if you can, if you need a bunch of pads, shoulder pads, arms, weapons, whatever.
So I think it comes with quite a bit. Yeah, I think it comes with quite a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. I didn't consider that. Damn. All right, thanks. I'm gonna now. Thanks for making me spend more money, Lorand. Let's move on to our second topic. Let's move on to the Be'lakor, the new Be'lakor model that GW released a couple days ago. The first demon prince that to ever come or exist. I think he's the first demon prince. So he looks beautiful, massive model, bigger than, we were checking it out, bigger than Archaon, and I love that Archaon model. But the wingspan on this is, I know you have an opinion on this, so you first, what do you think about this model?
Well, I was going to say, it's insanely big. I hate it as a gaming piece. I guess that's the best way of doing it. I hate it as a gaming piece. That's also just GW's making these beautiful models that are not meant to be transported. But it's kind of weird. I used to own a very long time ago Chaos Army. This model is probably my favorite Chaos model that GW has ever made.
The original
one. And I love this one too. So I might just buy it just so I can paint it and put it on my shelf and be as an actual display piece. But that being said, I love it, but I do not like it's one of those things where I'm always just like scratching my head going, who is this for? Like, if you want to do a demon army, it's great. But I mean, I guess you have to invest in build base, hopefully your drive everywhere you go, like, or anybody comes to you to play, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's a weird thing to think about, but it's one of those things where once I got into Age of Sigmar, I think about more and more, because Age of Sigmar has beautiful large models, but I find that a lot of them are so fragile. And I play Undead, so they have all the horsemen, the 5 horsemen of the apocalypse or whatever, and they're all on these weird sort of floating steeds, but they're literally like they could break. So I have to build a box that me and my friend kind of just scotch tape together, and we put stuff into foam, and that's how I transport it, because I can't put it in a case. It's so weird. Other than that, I mean, that's the thing. That's just a weird thing they're doing now. But I also understand why they're doing it, because it's a beautiful model. It's beautiful.
It is. It's super, super beautiful. And I'm on the same train regarding wanting to build it, buy it, build it, paint it for just for a display piece. Like, it looks absolutely beautiful. And to your point, it's not a gaming. We were talking about this. It's not like a gaming piece. You could play a game with it, but this versus the original, like the original Be'lakor, that looks more like a model you want to play with. It's more contained. It's not wild. Doesn't have crazy little tiny delicate pieces of plastic that'll break off, because the original Be'lakor, I think, is metal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So first off, he's not going to break. This one has a really good chance of like horns breaking off, flames breaking off. I mean, you guys will see how crazy awesome it looks, but it's definitely not a model you want to be transporting to your whatever Tuesday night games every week kind of thing. You kind of want to leave this at home, or at least I think so. Like, I would not want to transport this or Archaon.
If you spend the money on, I guess, a good transport, and you have a car, and wherever you go, you can easily just come out of your car into the table. I guess it's fine.
I mean, I guess if you want to play, if you're driving to like a tournament or wherever you're going, then that's one thing. Yeah. We don't drive, so
yeah. Well, and I don't actually know. Do they are they because I think this is supposed to be, this Be'lakor model is coming out with some event in AOS, and that's the only thing. Like, I don't even know what. I think it's going to be. It's an AOS scene, so I'm not very fully in the know-how on that, but that's where it sounds like it's going to happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, I like that you can use. Again, you mentioned like, who's this for? It's for, you can use this for 40K and fantasy, which is really cool. I do like that idea. It actually comes with like a little space marine.
Well, demons are always duets, right? They always do both sides.
And that's honestly, that's why I would want to start a demon army. But I'd want a corn army. I want a corn army, but I know they're not good. So there's no point in me starting a corn army.
Well,
because I would 100% have this.
We have a friend that's trying it, and it's very hard. Like, he's losing a lot of games, but he's
Oh,
going still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I want juggernauts, man. Those juggernaut models are sick. Yeah. Like the trailer that we saw for what's the last game we just for
Warhammer Total War.
When you see those juggernauts just charged, I'm like, come on. Like, I guess I'd like Marines riding weird ass animals.
You know what? You're right. You're like, one of those. All you want is just giant, oversized men in armor, like full plate, on other big, oversized animal things that destroyed. I guess.
How badass do they look? They're big ass rhinos covered in, or I think they're. I don't know what they are. I guess they're rhinos or
armor.
For armor.
I don't know. They're demon, like a demon
steed or something. Yeah, they have. Yeah. Oh, I mean, they look sick. I want a corn army so I can include this guy and my demon princes and my bloodletters that I have packed up that I haven't touched since you gave them to me probably 10 or more years ago. Remember, you gave me some bloodletters. You gave me a whole unit of bloodletters.
I remember that.
And I still got them.
You know what? It was probably.
I've only painted one of them.
Oh, 20? Was it 20?
No, I only had 10. I only got
20
10.
of them?
10.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It was the big, like, long time ago when they first came out with the. I think it was like 2000s. They came out with the demon army. I know that's why I probably gave you all. I had a huge demon list.
Yeah, you had a bunch of demons actually. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, because that was my lame. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. That was my super competitive era where I'm like, I don't want to make any friends and building the lamest, dirtiest, non-friendly lists ever.
I remember when demons were that army. Like, I never want to face demons.
Yeah, because remember it was that weird thing where I had my greater demon of Slanesh just do a power where if you didn't charge, you ran off the table. But if you did charge me, you had to pass like 4 leadership checks just to attack. And my guy just merged everything. It was a weird. It was a lot of leadership checks that on negatives, and on top of that, if you didn't pass them, you just stood there. You didn't even fight.
Oh yeah,
it was dirt. It was a dirty list. Anyway, but yeah.
Cool, man. No, I really want some more demons, man. Maybe in another 10 years, we'll see. How about we talk about one more? You want to talk about one more topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's check out the Sigvald model. Oh, you know what? There's a couple topics I wanted to touch on. Oh man, there's so much. Okay, let's talk about Sigvald real quick here. So Sigvald the Magnificent, the new Magnificent, is that his name? Anyway, Sigvald, the Slaanesh Lord. He looks badass. I love this guy. I still have the original Sigvald model from, I don't know, 10 years ago. Tiny. This one looks super big. This one's
because he dies. So I think it's probably like in the 2010s.
Oh, he died
earlier than that. Well, because I think during the apocalypse he dies. That's why in this one he's not. It's not Sigvald. It's Sigvald, but like the Demon Prince version of him, right? That's why he's bigger and has the horns and stuff. So.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why he's much bigger, dude. He looks sick. This is another piece I'd want as a display piece. Like,
and the conversion potential already been shown by even the GW itself, where they made different versions of them. They convert him into a vampire lord, like beautiful stuff. Yeah, it's
I was telling you could make some crazy sanguineous model with his torso. Like, I mean, as long as you get the abs, then you got a blood angel.
It's that armor. the ornate armor.
Yeah, looks beautiful, man. I love this model. Would definitely have that in the edition. Again, like you said, who's this for? This is for with the other model with the Demon Prince.
Well, but the thing was even this, which is fine. But even this model is not, like I was saying, this model is not that small, not as big, right?
Not as big.
It's not. It's the difference between okay, you have a 28-inch high model, right? It's pretty big and whatever. Or Be'lakor, who looks like he's like what? He looks like over a foot long and almost 2 feet wide. I'm exaggerating it. He's probably not that crazy big, but it's
pretty big, man.
Big. He looks like he's got a lot.
He's wider than Archaon. So an Archaon is already like bigger than my face, width of my face.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that's Sigvald. He looks sick. I love the paint job here on the GW site. It looks awesome. But I'd love to have this model, man. I could just stare at him all day. Just like he stares at his shield and looks at his beautiful face.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? Let's get through these topics as fast as we can. Guys, I got to cut this short. I just got a call from my parents. They're going to be here to drop off the arcade any moment. So we got to cut this short. So we're going to rush through these last two topics, shall we?
Cool.
Topic number 5, Astartes is now run or owned by GW. The series Astartes. Can't remember the guy that is making the series.
You can type in Astartes on YouTube and he'll come up. I think actually it's come off of YouTube. You have to go to a website anymore.
It's no longer on YouTube, and people are complaining. I even complained. Like, I know it's now owned by GW, or he works for GW, but come on, like,
bow down to the overlord.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I'm a Patreon of his, like, because I really wanted to see this shit. But I don't know, man. Now that we can't see this stuff, and now that GW is helping him out with it, like, I don't know, but the whole Patreon thing with him. Well, anyway, I don't want to take it away from him, but like.
Well, but the thing is, though, too, just don't forget he has a job now, and I don't think he can even, like, it's kind of weird. And it's funny because someone actually talked about it. Like, I don't even know, is GW paying him as much as his Patreon? And this is where weird stuff
more,
gets
man.
In. No, dude.
Oh, more than his Patreon? I think he's making $10,000 right now a month, minimum,
or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Minimum. There's no way GW is going to pay you that much money per month. Like,
yeah. Oh, that's fair. Yep.
Right. Like, that's.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, this is just breaking news as of a couple days ago. We'll see what happens with the first Astartes video.
He's done the Exodus, that Tau video.
Oh,
it's done by him, apparently. At least that's what I heard. So yeah, I mean, if nothing else,
and that was sick.
The rumors are there's going to be something like Sex, Love, and Robots, or Love, Sex, and Robots, wherever that Netflix thing is, where it's just going to be a bunch of different artists that they hired to do, I'm presuming and I'm hoping, these different style of 40K stories, which basically means there'll be some great ones, there'll be some hopefully okay ones, and not too many bad ones. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I love those kind of things, like Animatrix and stuff. I love that. There's also a Batman one. I'm a big fan of those. So,
well, that show, Love, Sex, and Robots, or whatever it was called, amazing.
It's just
every episode was amazing.
Well, because it's fun to watch, right? Because it's just like, you can tell the artists were like, here's a theme, make it dark, gritty,
20 minutes of
or
awesome.
Do whatever you want. Yeah, and well, some of them are like 5 minutes. Some of them are not even that long.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Astartes now run by GW. We're gonna be seeing probably a lot more updates from the Astartes guys or Astartes team now, which is awesome. I mean, about freaking time that they decided to sponsor this guy or get involved with the Warhammer Cinematic Universe, WCU. Hey, that sounds good. WCU.
So
I like that.
So they're gonna. So what you're telling me is by the time I'm 70, I'm gonna be sick of 40K. Not 70. That's way 70. Too low. Well, in another 5 years,
by the time you're 40, you'll be sick of 40K. So at the rate they're going, every day they have like 4 community posts. On a Sunday, they have 4 community posts.
Hey guys, we're gonna release a brand new Phase 9 release where it'll take us 10 years to bring out the releases, but you have to own all the books to get the complete picture.
Yeah, I love it like that. I love and appreciate how active GW is, but okay, all right. So I gotta get going, but there's one more topic, kind of related to what we were talking about earlier. New trailer for TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Holy hell! It's a trailer that just dropped the other day, and it's a new video game, side scroller beat 'em up, like Turtles in Time and like the arcade game, which I'm going to be playing very soon, probably within an hour. My parents are actually waiting for me to go pick up the arcade, but they're here. So the trailer dropped. We get a minute version, like a remake of the original 90s series cartoon. We got a remaster of it, new song, new animation, looks beautiful, perfect. And then we get into the video game, like 20 seconds of video game footage. Such a tease, and it looks beautiful, man. It's sprited. It's like 16-bit sprites.
Yeah, it looks it looks interesting. I'm interested to see what it looks like. It's got that old school feel, but it's like everything, all the guys look younger or smaller. I can't put my finger on it. Like they don't look like the originals. Anyway, it looks cool. It looks interesting. I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. This is like them literally being like, "Hey, Claudio, we have something for you. You don't really care what it is. Just give us your money. Just put it in
they
the
already
slot."
got it. I mean, I didn't buy it, obviously, but they got it twice. No, you can't. It's not available yet, but it's coming out soon. It says so. Rest assured, I will have it on the Switch and computer on Steam, so we can play. So.
Sorry, I'm like.
We'll see how much it costs, and we'll see how much it costs.
I don't even know.
It's coming out.
Does it matter?
$75
full AAA price. You're buying it. Like, what are you gonna do? Not buy it?
AAA? No, it won't be AAA. But if it is, then I'll buy it once.
But see, there you go. They have you.
Yeah, $50. I'll buy two. One AAA price once.
$50. I'm hoping it's like 25, 20.
I'll buy it once and then wait for the sale on Steam, and then I'll buy it on sale on Steam. There we go. Yeah, Switch is priority.
Because Nintendo will never crack. They'll charge you extra $5 just to play it on.
You know what? They'll knock the price down for that eventually, like in maybe a week or two, or not in a week, in a year. So anyway, that was Shredder's Revenge. I really want to play it. But guys, for now, I gotta go because the arcade cabinet is here. So Lorand, I'm sorry that you had to go through this, or that we got to cut it short. But hey, we stayed within the hour. Hey, how's that?
Thanks to your parents.
Thank you, Ma and Pa. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's Dropcast. Lorand, where can the good people out there find you?
At Low Orbit Gaming. That's it.
That's it. On
all
Twitch.
Of them. Twitch.
Instagram,
and others. Twitter is Twitter one of them.
Twitter's one of them.
This part because it makes me feel so much older than I actually. Well, no, I am old, but it's one of those things I'm like not with it.
Yeah,
the social stuff. Anyway, there you go. On all the major platforms.
Check him out there.
Yeah,
Low Orbit Gaming. He streams every Friday on Twitch. So and he's good at gaming.
No,
you know what? Your Twitch viewers are picking up, eh? Now you have like 7 to 9 consistent viewers, dude. Keep that shit up. You'll get my
stream. I don't want to talk to you guys. I don't want. Yeah, I know.
Don't watch Lorand's stream.
Don't watch Lorand. It's easier. I don't honestly. I don't. Yeah, it's putting me on the spot, and I'm like, oh.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tune in next Friday to your stream, whatever you're playing.
More orc slaughtering.
More orc slaughter. Fuck yes. And sorry, guys, you can find me on Instagram at Claudio_Paola and on Twitter at Claudio Paola Art. So thanks again for watching, guys, and you can catch us on the next drop.